start off, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, rallied all participating security forces to uphold discipline, dedication, and professionalism ahead of the 12th May 2026 swearing-in ceremony, saying that their conduct will reflect Uganda's pride and unity before the nation and the international community. General Muhoozi made the remarks while presiding over the Joint Security Forces rehearsal held on Friday at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. The rehearsal brought together personnel from the Uganda People's Defense Forces, police, and prison services in preparation for the national event. The exercise was also attended by the Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, and the Commissioner General of Prisons, Johnson Byabashaija. Onyango Robert reports.
Preparations are intensifying at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala ahead of the 12th May 2026 presidential inauguration of President Yoweri Museveni. Security and protocol rehearsals have entered a critical phase as all participating agencies fine-tune final arrangements for the national event. The Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has been personally supervising the day's rehearsals, reviewing parade formations, ceremonial timing and coordination among the security units involved. The Chief of Defense Forces at Kololo was received by the Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, the Commissioner General Uganda Prisons, Johnson Byabashaija, and the Commander Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga. Discussions on site focused heavily on protocol precision, particularly the sequence of arrivals of the President, the Chief Justice, and the Chief of Defense Forces on the D-Day. Prior to taking the oath of office, the President will inspect the Joint Armed Forces parades for what will be the final time in the outgoing term. While at Kololo, it was emphasized that every detail of the ceremony requires strict procession, giving the national significance of the event. As part of the inauguration sequence, the ceremonial lowering of the old presidential standard flags will mark the formal end of the outgoing term.
Conclusion of the current term of office.
Following the oath and receipt of instruments of authority, the presidential standard flag will be rehoisted, symbolizing the commencement of a new term of office. Upon swearing in, the President will receive a ceremonial swords and shields, followed by a 21-gun salute in recognition of his renewed mandate as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The inauguration parade will feature formations from the Special Forces Command, Uganda Police Force, Uganda People's Defense Forces, and Uganda Prison Services. The military display has been refined through continuous rehearsals to ensure precision and national dignity. The Uganda Air Force will on 12 conduct a coordinated aerial display during the swearing-in ceremony, which will offer a public flyover exhibition as part of the national celebrations. According to General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, preparations are generally progressing well.
I want to congratulate the parade participants for putting up this good performance for the final rehearsal before D-Day, which will be Tuesday next week, the 12th of May.
However, he noted that final adjustments are still necessary, particularly regarding timing and certain ceremonial cues, emphasizing that it is not yet too late to correct the remaining gaps.
I saw a bit of issues with timing between the band and some of the marching, especially when they were bringing the flag down. There was a bit of mistiming here. Then I also noticed a bit of the parade stopped playing music for some time when the president was inspecting the parade.
Muhoozi further praised the dedication of the armed forces, highlighting their commitments to ensuring a successful national occasion.
An inauguration parade is more than marching in formation. It is a symbol of the strength, unity, and pride of our nation.
Looking ahead to the main event, he expressed confidence that the day should reflect a national pride and professionalism across all participating units.
Every step you take, every salute you render, and every movement you execute reflects the character and readiness of our armed forces. I urge you to give your very best on Tuesday, on the swearing-in parade of the new president.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is scheduled to be sworn in on Tuesday, 12th May 2026. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
And in relation to this, only persons with accredited vehicle stickers will be allowed to access specific routes leading to the Kololo Independence Grounds ahead of President-elect Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's swearing-in ceremony slated for 12th May 2026, with the restrictions beginning on Monday, 11th. Uganda Police is working alongside sister security agencies and says that a heightened state of readiness is already in place ahead of the national event. Our reporter Crispus Arinitwe with the detailed report.
Security around Kololo Independence Grounds has been intensified ahead of the swearing-in ceremony for the president, with major traffic restrictions and rehearsals already underway. Heavy security deployment has been effected to avert any possible threats, while military aircraft rehearsals continue as part of the preparedness measures. Access to the Kololo ceremonial grounds will be tightly controlled as heads of state, VVIPs and VIPs arrive in the country.
Finalized our comprehensive security and traffic management plans to ensure orderly conduct of the swearing-in ceremony at Kololo grounds in Kampala. In coordination with the sister security agencies, we have conducted extensive threat assessments and are operating at a heightened state of readiness. Security personnel will be deployed across Kampala and a number of key areas even outside Kampala. We appeal to people that when you see a bit of heightened deployment, there should not be any cause of alarm.
Restricted access to Kololo ceremonial grounds will be at Wampiro Roundabout, Golf Course Fairway Hotel, City Oil on Acacia Road, among others. Members of the general public will park at City High School grounds, Fanero grounds and UMI, while members of parliament will park at Parliament. The Entebbe Expressway and the Northern Bypass will remain open to the public, although diversions may be effected at junctions including Impala, Kisubi Nakauka, Serena Chigo and the Kajans flyover to Lubawazana.
The access to Kololo ceremonial grounds certainly will be controlled. Just as you are aware, we expect heads of state, invited guests in the VVIP and the VIP categories, members of the general public, and accredited service providers. Access, as you want to climb towards the Kololo, the venue ground, you will certainly meet some restrictions there. What we ask is that you should liaise with our traffic officers and follow the guidelines that shall have been issued to you. There will also be intermittent disruptions around the City Oil, that is at the upper end of Acacia Avenue or Babiha Road. So there will be diversion to Chira Road or down to Old Chira Road. So bear with us. You will be directed to Mulago traffic lights, where you join Yusuf Lule.
The newer officers will temporarily relocate to Chitade Primary School until 13th May. The public is advised to avoid non-essential travel within central Kampala and work remotely where possible.
Access to parking areas will be strictly limited to accredited persons. All invited guests are advised to clearly display their stickers for easy identification.
Crispus Arinitwe reporting for UBC.
Still in relation to this, 12th of May goes into history as the president of the Uganda-elect Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be sworn into office. Preparations are on, including at the Entebbe International Airport. Details in this report.
Preparations are in high gear at Entebbe International Airport ahead of the swearing-in ceremony of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, with the airport expected at once to take center stage in hosting international dignitaries after successfully handling the Non-Aligned Movement Summit and the Group of 7 and China Summit in 2024. The Director General of UCAA, Fred Bamwesige, says the airport is fully prepared to manage the influx of heads of state, diplomats and delegates expected for the inauguration ceremony.
Okwaniriza abagenyi baffe abagenda kwetaba ku mukolo guno nga mulimu bakulembeze b'amawanga gano agatuliraanye aga Afirika n'egyo mikwano gyaffe ku nsi yonna. Ate bangi bamaze dda okonfaminga tibagenda kwetaba mu mikolo eno.
UCAA says several arrangements have already been finalized, including VIP handling services, aircraft parking, coordination, immigration clearance, and security operations to ensure smooth arrival and departure of guests. According to Bamwesige, 64 delegates are expected to attend the ceremony, with at least 35 already confirming participation. The airport's presidential lounge, reception areas, and access routes have already been organized as Uganda prepares to welcome dignitaries from across Africa and beyond. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBC TV.
As part of efforts to promote the French language in Uganda, the Association of Teachers of French has intensified nationwide French camps across different regions of the country. Known as the Kalufa, the camps promote activity-based learning, integrating fun activities with practical language skills and life skills training. The camps have attracted students from various schools, giving learners an opportunity to improve their French communication skills through interactive sessions, debates, music, drama, and cultural exchange activities. For the Central Region, the camp was held at St. Maria Goretti Senior Secondary School in Katende, Mpigi District, while in the Eastern Region, the camp took place at Muljibai Madvani College, Wairaka in Jinja District.
Students and pupils from a secondary school and from university to be together for few days, like 5-6 days, and the idea is to be there in that kind of summer camp and have some activities like theater, games, gastronomy, cuisine, any type of activity so they can be together and have fun. And the idea is to talk French.
So when learners are here, they play and they learn. That's the meaning of Kalufu. Secondly, there are things that we cannot do in a classroom. For example, it is hard to organize a French cuisine in a classroom. But here in Kalufu, when they come here, they are cooking, and they're also learning the vocabulary around the kitchen as a topic.
So
with the embassy and with the association of teachers of French in Uganda. We are going through the country to encourage students to learn French, because French is very important. French is an international language.
Young Ugandans to become proficient in these foreign languages and bridge the gap between Uganda and countries that don't speak English. So in a way, we help Ugandans to export Uganda.
We as administrators of education, I want to encourage the head teachers and the schools in the Eastern region to actually embrace the teaching of French, because apart from French being for the purpose of academic, it goes beyond that.
The teachers, it is such an excitement in taking through the learners from different schools and their own from College Wairaka to these heights of having French camp here. As a beneficiary school, we have equally enjoyed sharing culture, sharing attributes.
I've learned a lot, being disciplined, keeping time, respecting others. It is so much. And on top of that, I'm learning the French language. And this is an international language. It's very important to have more than one international language.
Hundreds of people gathered at Kampala Metropolitan Mall, while others joined from Agago District, Yumbe, and different parts of the country where Adventist Development and Relief Agency operates, to take part in a run aimed at keeping the girl child in school. Details in this report.
From the 2 kilometers and 5 kilometers round, unless you made it. As you wait for others, I want to tell you that I request us to come this side. If you're not to buy, come this side and do some little stretch. Yes, do some little stretching.
I look here or I look here? No, look into the camera, not me. These are just microphones. My name is Otim Ivan Pius, and together with my colleagues here, we come from ICA Uganda. We've had a great run, and the reason why we joined this run is because we care about society, and one of the reasons why society has to grow is when the girl child is empowered, when the girl child is cared for. So as ICA group, we joined this run because we needed to save the future of the girl child.
As ICA, is this the first time you're joining such causes, or you've been doing this several times?
We've been doing this several times, and we are committed to go on and on with this particular cause.
What is your call to other stakeholders who are supposed to be part of this?
Our goal is to call upon all stakeholders in whichever capacity you're in, join this cause so that we can save the future of the girl child, because the next generation depends solely on the girl child.
What is your company policy towards these kind of things?
Our policy is very simple. We stick together because we work with the community, we work with the society. We look at bettering the society each and every time. That's why we have to come up and join such occasions.
All right, then, thank you so much.
Yes.
How has been the run? One, how has been the run, but also the whole essence of this run, and as ADRA, have you achieved the objective of this run?
What are your responsibilities?
My name's John Mwanza. I'm country director for ADRA Uganda. The run has been a success, and I can say that I've managed to go for 10 kilometers which is the longest distance. We had 2, 5, and 10. So far, I'm here and doing well. This is what I enjoy. Have we achieved the objective? Yes. We have, you can see just a number of people who are here, quite a lot. And also, we're not just doing it here in Kampala. Right now, they are running for the girl in Kotido, in Karamoja. Of course, the purpose for the run is to save her future. For us to raise the voice that
Law students at the Islamic University in Uganda have climaxed their week celebrations with a colorful dinner as leaders in the legal fraternity called on the upcoming lawyers to embrace technology, professionalism, and ethical conduct in the justice sector. Let's have a look.
The Vice President of the Uganda Law Society, Anthony Asimwe, urged law students to equip themselves with the technological skills, noting that the justice sector is steadily moving towards paperless operations.
We are entering into an era where people, maybe senior partners who required about 5 assistants to do research in a day, they need only 1 person to do this research in a space of 1 hour. And the need for you to adapt and know, how do I work with this technology? How do I remain relevant?
Asimwe also cautioned the upcoming lawyers against prioritizing quick financial gains over integrity and professionalism, warning that unethical conduct could ruin their careers and future opportunities in legal profession.
Colleagues, I'm not saying making money is bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't be rich. But please do not cut shortcuts. The legal profession is the most regulated profession, not only here in the country but in the world, because you're dealing with people's lives, you're dealing with people's affairs. It's like you're like a doctor. So any mistake you make can cost you your career. Your career can die even before it leaves the garage.
The president of the African Law Students Body, Chemutai Leonard, noted that legal fraternity continues to face numerous challenges that require focused, ethical, and patient practitioners capable of upholding justice and public trust.
Leadership is not a privilege to better yourself, but leadership is a privilege to improve the lives of others. And therefore, when you take up this call, knowing that it is a challenge. And if it is a challenge, you must live with integrity, you must love accountability, and you must always work hard towards making a difference.
During the function, the outgoing student leadership officially handed over the office to the new team. The incoming president of the IUIU Law Society, Tamira Alexander, pledged to strengthen media engagement and publicity to amplify the voices and activities of law students.
What I want to look at is that we can enhance and we can make sure that we amplify the voices of law students beyond the walls of IUIU, beyond the walls of Uganda. And how can we do that? By embracing the media. If we have a mood and we are doing very well, why don't we put it on media platforms?
We had a lot of activities that transpired, and in those activities, one of them, I really gained a lot of courage myself. I gained a lot of self-esteem.
Given the evolving and demanding environment within the justice sector, legal practitioners and students have been urged to uphold professionalism, patience, and ethical conduct to ensure effective service delivery. Yiga Muhammad, UBC, in Mbale City.
More than 20,000 young people across Uganda are expected to benefit from programs under the One Young World Uganda chapter by the end of the next year, according to the forum chairperson, Daniel Ayebare. The revelation was made during the official launch of the One Young World Uganda chapter at Kampala Serena Hotel, at an event that attracted youth from across the country to connect, network, gain empowerment skills, and contribute to national growth and development.
Community Youth Parliamentarians have convened for a Community Youth Parliament under the theme Strengthening Youth Participation, Budget Advocacy and Accountability in Local Governance. The dialogue is part of the Strengthening Youth Participation through Community Youth Parliament's initiative a project designed to give young people a stronger platform to identify challenges affecting their communities and propose practical solutions. Organizers say resolutions from the engagement will be compiled into position paper ahead of the National Youth Parliament slated for June. The document is expected to guide discussions with ministers, members of parliament and other national leaders on reforms aimed at improving youth inclusion and participation in governance.
Today what brought us here, it's a space called the Community Youth Parliament, where young people come to discuss and share issues that are affecting them as young people. So today we are joined by the national chairperson of the NYC, the National Youth Council, to share our ideas as young people in relation to the manifesto and how we want to see the change. So one of the achievements that we had today in the Community Youth Parliament, the chairperson, the National Youth Chairperson of the Youth Council, committed himself to work with us.
The meeting is also expected to attract leaders from the National Youth Council, with discussions centered on accountability, budget advocacy, and increasing youth involvement in decision-making at local government level. Youth leaders further challenged participants to broaden their understanding of economic empowerment, warning against treating politics as the only pathway to financial success.
The bulk of current youth leaders, especially at the lower levels, they are more concerned about, if you're called for a discussion, what are you going to take back home? How are you going to benefit financially from a discussion? And therefore, bringing them together to engage, to participate, and then make their viewpoints known in matters of policy, matters of law, matters of programs that government is coming up with, becomes technical and a little costly and difficult.
Meanwhile, youth parliamentarians emphasize the need for transparent and accountable leadership, noting that citizen engagement and inclusiveness are critical for effective service delivery.
And today, from our Community Youth Parliament, we have been able to address the issues that are affecting the youth, that are limiting them to fully participate in decision-making, in advocacy, governance, and budgeting.
Some of the achievements that I've got today is that the challenge, one of the most pressing challenge of the young people, is limited engagement in decision-making processes, governance, how to hold leaders accountable. It's because we've not been having the spaces with the leaders to engage with them.
I'm Bantu Machawe Semambo, reporting for ABC.
Been urged to embrace cultural values and practices to improve on their morals, and this has been said by Aine Plani Meja, the Guild President of Kampala International University, during the cultural gala held at KIU. He has urged Ugandans to showcase their cultural values and identify wherever they go.
Susan Kabagambe, the CEO of Sawa Uganda Company, has urged Ugandans to embrace the use of herbal medicines for the betterment of their welfare and sustainable development through conserving the environment as the primary source of herbal medicines.
That we eat leaves and get cured of diseases, and one of them is rosemary. Rosemary is a plant which is grown in Uganda, and we have so many outgrowers. One of the major products we make is king of herbs and spices.
She has highlighted that they are already producing essential goods, including medicines that can improve and save lives, as well as other important products for daily use. However, they are facing solution challenges. They lack access to startup capital, technical support, and market trust. She has also called upon the government of Uganda, and especially His Excellency the President, to strengthen support for local entrepreneurs through providing financial assistance, offering technical training, and creating opportunities for Uganda-made products to compete both local and internationally.
Like any other company, after COVID pandemic, we got some challenges. We are financially constrained. So I kindly ask His Excellency the President to support us financially.
Richard Intejeka, the member and an employee of Sawa Uganda, has encouraged the youth to embrace agriculture and eradicate poverty in Uganda.
I only want to appeal to the youth. Now, as you've heard, so for us, we do value addition on our products, and we grow rosemary. So, of course, we have a very big number of youth who do not want to indulge into agriculture. But agriculture actually is the backbone of our economy.
Beneficiaries of Sawa Uganda Company have commended Sawa Uganda for improving their livelihoods through providing them with jobs as well as improving their health.
Yetagamu omuzinzi ogwa ssente ezisitula factory nga factory ndala Your Excellency bwendaba ozikolera.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mumutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu yakusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312 206 400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
In 1986, a new chapter began. A fundamental change was etched into the heart of our nation. Uganda has since then witnessed a socio-economic transformation under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Through peace and security of persons and property, economic growth, infrastructure expansion, health improvements, education, regional integration, industrialization, digital transformation, youth and women empowerment, wealth creation, among others. A nation once in recovery is now a beacon of regional stability. The people have spoken, and the NRM government has been given another term in office. The Board of Directors, Management and Staff of the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation proudly congratulate His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa upon his resounding victory in the recent elections. Witness history as it happens as we broadcast the swearing-in ceremony on Tuesday, the 12th of May 2026, live at the Kololo Independence Grounds, here on UBC TV, our radio stations, and all our digital platforms. Ugandans, let's protect our gains. Long live NRM, long live Uganda. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In rural Uganda, many subsistent farmers dream of growing their farms into successful businesses. If only they had capital for better tools and inputs. Good news! The Parish Development Model Fund is here to support subsistence farmers. To access these PDM funds, first, join an enterprise group of 10 to 30 households. Registration is completely free. These groups focus on high-value enterprises. Then, enterprise groups come together to form a PDM circle, led by a chairman who submits a loan application. When the Parish Development Committee receives the loan application, they review, vet, and approve with transparency. SACCO members also receive hands-on training in agriculture extension, business, and financial services to the Parish Circle at a practical training center. After the PDC approves the loan application, the SACCO chairman initiates funds disbursement to beneficiaries via Wendy on their mobile phone with the approval of both the SACCO secretary and treasurer on their mobile phones. Finally, the PDM funds are transferred to a beneficiary's Wendy wallet. The beneficiary receives 1 million Ugandan shillings directly on their phone via the Wendy wallet. Parish Development Model, empowering communities for wealth creation.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC Weekend Edition, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. The chairperson of the Uganda National Traders Alliance has called for maximum transparency in the distribution of relief funds meant for traders affected by the recent flooding tragedy, warning against corruption and the inclusion of fake beneficiaries. He urged authorities to publicly display verification lists in markets and trading centers to allow genuine traders and local leaders confirm rightful beneficiaries. He also noted that many opportunists take advantage of the disasters to fraudulently access compensation, denying support to real victims whose businesses, merchandise and livelihoods were destroyed by the devastating floods.
I'm writing on behalf of the Uganda National Traders Alliance, UNATA, an umbrella body representing traders across the country, regarding the 20 billion relief package recently announced to support our members. We have found that fake lists and accounts, individuals posing as traders, as trade leaders, have submitted fraudulent lists containing fake names and bank accounts with the intent to misappropriate these funds. This submission is leading the exclusive of genuine victims who lost substantial merchandise. We urgently request a clear briefing on the disbursement process and ask for a more transparent, collaborative verification exercise. We recommended involving legitimate leadership from the Uganda National Traders Alliance to cross-verify the lists before any payments are finalized. We also request the lists for the beneficiaries to be published, including the names, shops, shop numbers, and the amount of money for each trader. And if this process misses out, traders are ready to strike because they have been.
Okuva ebintu byange amataba we gatuyingirira enfunda bbiri nasalawo kwekubira omulanga mu KCCA nentwala empapula zange naye simanyi kikiddako tulinze tetuwulira kifaayo kyonna kati tusaba kuyambibwa nze ne bannange ffenna twafiirwa olw'amataba.
A call has been made to Ugandans to go beyond words and actively support vulnerable communities, as Rotary leaders say government alone cannot meet all the needs of the population. The appeal was made during the 5th installation ceremony of the new president of the Rotary Club of Konge, Lukuli, held at Latitude Zero Hotel in Kampala.
So help me God. You are going to do serious work. You are going to be part and parcel of the ground troops who are going to fight and restore our economic independence, who are going to fight to ensure that the dignity of labor is there and restore faith among the Ugandans that working for the public service is not in vain, that you work, you get your pay, but then you retire decently and your decent life is guaranteed it is secure. Therefore, you are a team of pioneers. Pioneers, you are a team of dedicated revolutionaries who are going to make sure that this takes place and it happens. You are also, at the same time, actually building, because the fund, as in the law, gives this process at least 2 years.
Furthermore, as implementation of the trade order continues affecting roadside vendors and youth enterprises, groups such as Purple Skills Foundation and Craft Continent are shifting to digital market spaces to sustain their businesses. Leaders say that this move will help young creatives and beneficiaries under the skilling programs to expand their market access and adapt changing trade conditions within Kampala's informal business sector.
Implementation of the trade order continues to raise concerns among roadside vendors and youth in skilling programs, many of whom operate in temporary structures along city roads. Some of the affected groups include beneficiaries of PDM, Emioga, the State House Skilling Program, and cultural value addition initiatives such as the Purple Skills Foundation. Some innovators are already adapting the changing environment. Leaders from Purple Skills Foundation and Craft Continent said they are shifting focus towards digital market spaces to sustain local creatives and artisans.
Craft Continent was founded in 2023 when we organized the Ghetto Festival to create a market platform for people living in underserved communities. The Ghetto Festival showed us and proved the fact that people in underserved communities really can do anything. We didn't only create market access, we've trained wives of UPDF soldiers, and in so training, the main issue was, where do we get market? That is why we created craftcontinent.com, which is a multi-user online platform for artisans to trade their visual art and cultural crafts locally and internationally.
The Skilling Bank initiative mainly focuses on cultural empowerment and value addition, aiming to strengthen market access for local creative products and youth-led enterprises.
We are here today for the very first skill bank that is hosted by Purple Skills Foundation in partnerships with Kimaru Foundation, Craft Continent and Taraji Events. So today here we have a number of ladies that have come on board to learn skills like crocheting, weaving, basket weaving, mat making, and so many more skills. So today, Taraji Events is on board not to just sponsor, but also to learn skills from these various ladies.
We are here basically to give support to Mama Ghetto. We come in as an engine of marketing. So whatever the women are actually doing or weaving, at the end of the day, we shall be looking for market for them in and out of the country. Because we believe that culture or tradition that is kept and does not feed your children is not something nice. So we believe if you keep on adding value to it, just like you see the crafts, they can actually benefit from it once sold.
I'm Bant Machabe Tsemambo and Viola Nabasa reporting for UBC.
A call has been made to Ugandans to go beyond words and actively support vulnerable communities as Rotary leaders say government alone. Oh, I beg your pardon. The Minister of State for Internal Affairs, David Muhoozi, has urged the critics of the Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026 to consider the approach to register as agents of foreigners if the law comes into place. Minister Muhoozi questions why any legitimate business could fear embracing registration. He defends the manner in which the bill was handled, saying that all due processes were followed, and this was during an exclusive interview with UBC TV's Daniel Mugoya.
The country won.
It is not only essential, but important. These are the words of the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, David Muhoozi, on the recent move to have the Protection of Sovereignty Bill 2026 passed by Parliament.
It was very important because our sovereignty is at the core of our existence as a country. And it has no other place other than Article 1 of the Constitution. That power belongs to the people. And it shall be exercised. So you can see even its placement, its centrality, it's at the core of national existence. So it was important. And that's why it had to find a place in a law.
The legislation calls for foreign agents to register with the Ministry of Internal Affairs to streamline their operations in line with the policies of the government. Minister Muhoozi questions why the registration is opposed.
What's wrong if you are doing good things? Why don't you register so that whatever you receive from a foreigner is transparent and it's for the purpose you say you have received it? What's wrong with that one? And this is universal practice. We are not the only ones doing it, including those critics who are criticizing this bill. They have these laws in their countries. So what's wrong if you are doing the right thing to be accountable?
Minister Muhoozi reiterates to the members of the public that the bill passed by Parliament regulates only funding received from foreigners rather than Ugandans abroad.
You can meet with a foreigner, but provided that meeting or what you agree is not towards him influencing our politics here, then it's okay. But even if he is to do so without harming our interests, all we are saying is that, can you register as an agent of a foreigner?
When asked why the bill could not wait for the next Parliament, he had this to say.
If we had done it outside the processes that are known in legislating, then you would have a valid point. But to say why not in the next or the other parliament, I think it's a matter of semantics. So we did it now because it was the right time to do it. In any case, this bill was formulated long ago because we are the sponsors of this bill. It's taken about 3 years in the offing. So it was time to get it out of the way. It was incumbent upon us within our legislative program as a ministry to conclude it.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
A call has been made to Ugandans to go beyond words and actively support vulnerable communities as Rotary leaders say government alone cannot meet all the needs of the population. This appeal was made during the 5th installation ceremony of the new president of the Rotary Club, Konge Lukuli, held at Latitude Zero Hotel in Kampala.
It was an evening filled with celebration, reflection and renewed commitment as members of the Rotary Club of Konge Lukuli gathered for the 50th presidential installation ceremony.
It's my pleasure to install the president of the Rotary Club of Konge Lukuli, Maureen.
The outgoing president officially handed over instrument of power to the incoming president Nyongera Morini Mugondo, who took oath to lead the Rotary Club for the Rotary year 2026-2027.
That I will faithfully execute the office of the president of the Rotary Club of Konge Lukuli, and that I will, to the best of my ability, support the district governor and Rotary International, and that I will uphold the constitution and bylaws of this club. So help me God.
In her speech, she called upon members and partners to support initiatives targeting women, children and youth, saying collective responsibility is a key in transforming communities.
This legacy that we will continue to grow, to serve and to create lasting impact. Your trust and confidence mean a lot to me, and I will do the best to serve with dedication and purpose.
The chairperson of the installation committee praised members for their unity and resilience in organizing the event, noting that Rotary continues to create leaders committed to the service and accountability.
Club members have shown and continue to show extraordinary zeal
and commitment to serve above self by volunteering their financial resources, skills, and time. This embodies the true spirit of a Rotarian.
The outgoing President Alex Agaba highlighted achievements registered during his tenure.
Deliberated and maneuvered to achieve at various fronts that deserves mention, and most especially in areas of impact. 2 global grants. We have completed 1 global grant which I will hand over in Nakaseke district for children again in equipping the maternity facility.
Past District Governor Pista Rema urged the public to embrace a culture of serving humanity instead of leaving all responsibility to government.
The Rotary we are talking about is please pay for wining and dining and leave another portion for the communities. I want to thank everybody who's here because you have done that.
The colorful ceremony also saw the induction of new members into the Rotary family and recognition of the outstanding members for their dedicated service to the club and the community at large. Susanna Bugude for UBC News.
Well, we do beg your pardon. An earlier story was played, and the intro for that story was the Minister of Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, inaugurating the board pension scheme at the Ministry of Public Service in a move at improving retirement security for public servants. And in other news, women in agriculture are being encouraged to embrace agribusiness and value addition as a pathway to economic empowerment and job creation. At the Agribusiness Investment Forum, organized by the Gero Farms and partners under the theme Unlocking Women's Potential, there is urgent need to support women entrepreneurs through investment, mentorship, technology, and innovation. Women leaders at the forum also called for stronger partnerships with government and development partners to support women-led agribusiness enterprises.
Today we are having a forum, an investment forum for women in agribusiness. Why do we need such investment forums? Because at such forums, when women come, their mindsets are unlocked. Culture has come telling us that as a woman, there are some things you can't do. There are some things you can't own, like land. And we have seen many women globally suffer this mindset of, because I'm a woman, I cannot do agribusiness and succeed. Agribusiness is wide, from production to value chain. So in such forums, women's potentials are unlocked because they are the housewives. They are the ones in charge of food. And because agribusiness is about food, a woman who deals in agribusiness, when it comes for such a forum, his mindset is unlocked to see a business opportunity. However, there are challenges that continue to limit women to attend such.
Say, investing in women is very important, and agriculture is a very important sector in our country today, because with agriculture, you can unlock so many opportunities. First of all, with agriculture, we can be able to improve food security. Families move from feeding on 1 meal to 3 meals a day. With agriculture, we can be able to generate sustainable incomes. With agriculture, we can be able to even fund other social services like education and so many others.
Gel Farm has helped me to acquire some skills, like to engage myself in urban farming.
I needed to do this urban farming, and within me, I knew that I could influence some other people, like my neighbors, with that urban farming if I do it well and successfully.
And that's
it for today. Till the next episode.
Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, enendungu yakusabula. Mikono juu, free of fire, free of fire, free of fire.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda, La Vie Boutique brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. La Vie Boutique, where class meets style.
You're still watching the weekend edition of the UBC Lunchtime News. Kampala is once again hosting the Regional Industrialization Summit as the event returns for its third edition, bringing together key industry players, investors and policymakers from across the East African community. Let's take a look.
More than 500 industrialists, business leaders and government representatives from the 8 East African Community Partner States are to attend the August Summit to discuss strategies aimed at shaping the future of manufacturing and industrial growth in the region.
The benefits or the opportunities of working together as a region are beginning to come to fruition. Because if we remain as individuals, we remain weak and will not be able to be there. So we are going to be the third largest in the whole world, and in our times.
The high-level engagements are expected to focus on regional trade integration, value addition, industrial innovation and investment opportunities that can strengthen East Africa's competitive position on the global market.
Through these different engagements, we're able to ensure that a lot of things don't just remain at the level of just talking. We need to have actionable interventions going forward in a stronger way to generate the kind of growth and the trajectory that we want to go up to 2040. We will need to do things in an unusual way.
The Chief Executive Office of the Private Sector Foundation Uganda, Stephen Asimwe, said the initiative is targeting over $500 million in investments to accelerate industrial development and economic transformation across the region.
We're looking at investment opportunities. We're going to be giving you an opportunity to interrogate, to engage the private sector, governments, to see how do we create that discussion. Move away from the politics. Let's go and talk economics. Let's talk jobs. Let's talk investment.
This summit is intended to unlock regional investment opportunities, strengthen partnerships, and promote industrialization as a driver for sustainable economic growth within East Africa. Stakeholders said the summit, slated for 18th and 19th August, presents a crucial platform for fostering regional cooperation.
And recognize that in Uganda and East Africa, these economies cannot be, agro-industrialization cannot be overstated. It serves as a foundation of economic activity and a source of livelihood for the majority of the population.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
And as we wrap up the bulletin today, all is set for 12th May swearing-in ceremony that will usher in President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to take on the mantle for the next 5 years. The Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, accompanied by the Head of Public Service and Secretary to the Cabinet, Rusi Nachove this morning inspected the rehearsal session drills by all security agencies. The mood is upbeat at Kololo, and which is the venue of the functions, and there is heavy security presence around Kololo and most roads in and around the city. Foreign dignitaries have begun arriving into the country. Let's have a look. And that brings us to the end of our weekly news roundup edition, the weekend edition. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark. Do join me at 8 and 10 p.m. later tonight for more news in our subsequent bulletins. Have yourselves a good afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract,